videos from all over the internet that would make you question reality. Let's just start.
I killed my little brother, and my stepdad is in prison for it. I've been holding this in for almost 2 decades, and I don't know how much longer I can live with myself. I'm 31 now, married, and I have a baby boy of my own. But every time I look at him, I'm reminded of what I did. When I was 13, I killed my little brother. He was only 6. It was summer, and my mom had just started dating a new guy, let's call him Vincent. He was rough around the edges, worked construction, and was always either dead tired or in a bad mood. My mom was working double shifts at the time, so Vincent watched over us more often than she did. My little brother, Ethan, and I spent a lot of time with him, but we never really liked him. He was just there. I remember overhearing my mom and Vincent arguing late at night, mostly about money, but sometimes about us, the kids. Vincent always seemed annoyed by having to take care of us. One day it was just me and Ethan and Vincent at home. Vincent was in one of his moods, sitting in the living room drinking a beer even though it was barely noon. Ethan was being his usual self, loud, hyper, annoying, like a 6-year-old tends to be. He wanted to play hide and seek, and I just wanted to be left alone. We were in the backyard and Ethan kept running up to me, tagging me, laughing, then running away. I snapped. I yelled at him to stop, but he just thought it was part of the game. I don't know what came over me. It's like I lost control. I pushed him. Hard. I wasn't even thinking. He tripped over a rock or something and he hit his head on the edge of the patio.
Oh.
The sound of his skull cracking was so sharp, like something breaking inside me too. He just laid there not moving.
Oh.
Hello?
Why will you do that?
Here, I have your food.
What?
You're welcome. Bye. Have a nice day.
Sorry. What's happening here?
Maybe consider tipping your drivers. It's hot. This is my only form of work right now.
I was going to tip you. I only have cash though.
What attitude is that?
This was your tip. What are you talking about? What did you do to my door?
I'm sorry. Keep that. I'm so sorry. I didn't see a tip in the app.
Yeah, but this is for you. But what is this?
No,
what is happening here?
I slipped. I'm sorry. My drink.
There's a camera.
I'm gonna need this back.
No. What are you talking about?
I'm gonna need your
Take the
food
tip.
back.
That's fine.
No. You keep the money. I need this back.
What's going
What are
on?
you doing?
I needed this back. I'm so sorry.
What are you talking about?
Like, here. No. You take this. No, just leave that. No.
Messing up all the other.
Can I come in here
No.
and get this back?
Ma'am, please step back. Please step back.
Sir, there's been a big
I
misunderstanding
can
here.
absolutely see that.
I'm so sorry. Do you have like a mop? I can clean this up, but I'm gonna need.
What are you
What's wrong with you?
I need that back. I need the backpack.
Why do you need my? This is my food.
She's not normal, she's a
I didn't touch
psychopath.
your food.
You are
just
touching
Crazy.
me right now.
Why will you do that?
please.
No, absolutely. No. Please stop. No. Man, stop. Please. No.
If you get hit in back shots all the time, that man is not attracted to you.
Oh,
Pretty women get hit in missionary.
true that, true that,
Not more
true
than get
that.
back shots. I'm just gonna
True
say
that.
ain't nothing wrong with getting your back shots in. That's fine. But if you get hit with back shots and back shots only, that man is using you for your body. He do not like you. He do not find you attractive. He's literally just using you for sex.
You, my dear, ain't never told a damn lie. That's it. I like to look my woman directly in the face when I make sweet love to her. You know, she prefers the back shots. You know, she loves the back shot. Matter of fact, 99.9% of the time we make love, it's a back shot. Like sometimes I try to look at her. She's like, no, turn me around. Like she never wants to be face to face.
Probably she's not,
always
you
wants
know,
to be turned around.
she's not attractive to the span then. What does that mean, yeah?
She do. She like to be turned around.
Yeah, right?
I think this bitch is calling me ugly.
A 26-year-old mum has tragically died after undergoing a Brazilian butt lift in Turkey. Demi Algoglia travelled abroad for the surgery, despite her family urging her not to. Following the operation, she experienced severe complications and collapsed at a villa. Unqualified staff attempted to treat her with cucumbers before she was
Cucumber
taken
for
to
what?
hospital by a taxi, where she died 4 days after the procedure. An inquest found woeful to non-existent post-op care contributed to Demi's death. The coroner called for urgent action to regulate low-standard cosmetic clinics overseas.
I have just come to the conclusion that the reason why people keep saying that you will never be fulfilled if you're single is because they know that if we taste freedom from another person, freedom from commitments, we will think 100 times before getting into a relationship again, because this is happening to me in real time. This was basically a pact that I made to myself that I would stay single until I made money. And guess what? I have money now. I have my own house now. I am free from the shackles of a relationship. I'm thriving, happy, I'm fitter, healthier, because I have the time and the mental space to think about myself. And I realized that this is what people don't want us to do. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that women in relationships are unhappy, absolutely not. They're also really happy, they also have loving partners. But for a lot of us women, we thrive when we are relaxed. And how does that relaxation come? When
I
we
think it's
focus
only
on
women,
ourselves, when
everyone.
we take care of our health. Get what I mean? At some point in the future, I would want to settle down, I would want to do all of these things. But because I live such an incredible life alone, I think so much now before talking to a person. The only way I will give this up is if I meet someone who can genuinely make me feel hotter than me sitting alone at home wearing my sequin mini skirt. By the way, this is from Bershka. I got it like 2 years ago. All I'm saying is, when you experience this level of solitude, it becomes very hard to let go of this life. That is the matrix, and that is the lie people keep feeding us. Many people call me Andrew Tate. I don't know how the fuck anyway.
If you're seeing this video, I want you to take this as a sign to go out and make new friends in midlife. Here's a story. A couple weeks ago, I went to support a friend of mine who was doing a get-together at a basketball game for some of her clients. I wind up sitting next to this woman I've never met before, and we start talking. And there was an immediate energy shift. I felt it. It was palpable. It's like, boom. This has happened to me a bunch in my life, and every single time I have turned to that woman, typically it's me who turns to them and says, hey, I feel like there's a connection here. I think we're supposed to be friends. And for one of the first times in my life, she did it for me. She was like, I feel like you and I are supposed to be friends. And I was like, girl, me too. So we made a date for 2 weeks later to meet and have coffee. Our first friendship date. It was fantastic. We sat for 3 hours and talked about all kinds of things, relationships, work, goals, etc. Like, boom, we were off to the races. We went deep, fast. And here's the other thing. I'm 53 and she's 37. Age has nothing to do with connection.
True that, yes.
It has nothing to do with who you're going to vibe with, who you're going to feel something for in relationships, romantic or otherwise. If one of us hadn't been brave enough to put ourselves out there and say, hey, I think we're supposed to be friends, I feel a connection here, this incredible coffee date I just had would never have happened. So take this as a sign. Put yourself out there. Introduce yourself to people. If you feel a connection with someone, invite them to a coffee. Because who knows, maybe you just meet your new best friend.
True.
If you feel like you don't want to give it to him, guess what? Don't ask him where he's going.
Yeah,
Don't
right.
ask him
Yeah, right.
You're not interested? Cool. Let him go do his thing then. How dare you think that you just all that where, oh, I could just not give him some. Play them games with the right man. He got 5 other chicks in his phone book right now that's swinging from a shower curtain. Trust me. The most abusive thing a woman can do is to sit, make that man either be in a relationship with you, marry you, and then turn around and stop giving him what you promised. And there's no excuse. So if you're with somebody and they not giving it up, it's not cheating if you go get it from somewhere else. Period. Because you went against the agreement first. That was you. I ain't signed up for this to be told.
What do you guys think?
He is then within his right to have another woman perform.
Leave that in the comment section below.
Especially if you're married.
This brother says, I've been married for 10 years and I recently discovered that my wife has been unfaithful. I'm devastated, but also conflicted because I still love her and we have children together. Oh, man. My pride tells me to leave because staying makes me feel weak and it comes against my ego. Is forgiving cheating a sign of weakness?
I gotta be honest with you right now, bro. There is a part of me that is very hypocritical here.
Yeah, right.
One is doing entering. The other is being entered. My brother, that feels like a
giving and receiving.
That's a difference to me.
The key is acknowledging the level of devastation and what's our plan that we're going to walk out of this together.
If the conditions that caused his wife to cheat are still in existence,
no matter what she's done, if you can't give her that freedom and that walk in grace.
Wait a minute. No, DZ. No, I want to stay there. It's not just you forgiving me for cheating on you. We got to deal with the part. Why was cheating on you even an option in the first place for me when what I reached out of relationship to get, I should have gotten from my marriage, but you didn't give it. I still need what you're not giving me. Are you saying to me, divorcing you is better than cheating? And most people say yes.
This is crazy.
I was involved in a hit and run on my motorcycle. I lost consciousness. I believe I flatlined, and then the EMT, Malcolm, showed up on site and decided to perform CPR. So I just recently bought the motorcycle. If anything was to happen to me and I had to cross over to the other side, let that happen. Who gives him the right to bring me back from that? But instead, he brought me back, and now I have a $40,000 medical bill, need physical therapy.
That, sir,
I can't even work my job.
But here's the thing. He did his job responsibly. He did what he was supposed to do. He did what he was sworn to do. You're a young man. So your request for him to pay your medical bills, that part is over. It's dismissed. It was a hit and run accident. At this moment, you do not know who's responsible for that. And once that person is found, I can guarantee you then that that person will pay, and they will go to jail.
Yeah, that's the right judgment.
Is
Yes.
not responsible for any of that.
Thank you, Your Honor.
This case is dismissed, gentlemen.
Oh, he's fucking dicing in the fucking wall.
This is why you need to choose your friends carefully. So his so-called friends pushed him into the Louisiana lake knowing that he couldn't swim and watched him struggle for 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
And only one of his friends can be seen attempting to enter the water before she just leaves him there. And 10 minutes later, people from a nearby restaurant who hear the commotion come outside to help. His name is Christopher Gilbert.
What?
He's 26 years old, and his friends just watched on as he was rushed to a hospital.
That's why I don't like
Pronounced
making
brain
friends,
dead,
you
and
know.
almost all of his organs failed by the time he reached the hospital. It was there that he spent 72 hours on a ventilator, and now he's at the point where he can't speak, his lungs are at 20%, and he relies on life support. His friends tried to lie and even say that they were just messing around until one admitted to pushing him into the lake. Thankfully, he's doing a lot better now, but his family is demanding that arrest be made in the case for
Yeah,
the
of course,
person that
yes.
intended to push him into the lake.
Some jokes are
Parents
expensive,
devastated
man.
that his friends who knew he couldn't swim could do something like this, but as the investigation continues, I'll keep you guys updated.
I got married when I was really, really young, went through divorce. Before we physically got divorced, we tried everything, and we went through counseling. A counselor once asked me, she asked him, if something was to ever happen to you and you were not able to take care of yourself, who would you want to take care of you?
Yeah.
He immediately looked at me. He said, Tiffany, I want my wife to do it.
Yeah.
She then asked me the question, if something was to happen to you and you could not take care of yourself, who would you want to be your caregiver? I said, send me back to my mother. This counselor looked at me and she says, Tiffany, we got a lot of work to do. Why would you ever decide to marry a man and to become one with him? And if something was to happen to you, you would not allow him to be the one that would care for you.
Yeah, right.
I had to do so much self-searching, so much understanding of me. Then she went on to ask me, she says, if he never changes, can you accept this version of him for the rest of your life? And I said no. She then looked at us and she says, well, then you all need to leave my office because you're not ready to die to marriage.
I feel like I'm so desperate for love, y'all. Like, I want to be loved so bad by men. I've been alone for so fucking long. I really, really desire sleeping next to somebody every night. And I feel like in the past, I have put up with so much just so that I would be able to have the things that I desire. And I don't want it like that no more. I really want somebody to love me for me. And I have a daughter. I'm so grateful for the love my daughter can give me, but it's different. I mean, the way a man can love you and the way that your child loves you are two completely different things. I desire a family so bad. And I don't know, and the thing is, I was engaged. And I caught off my engagement and everything years ago. And for me, it just seems like some things that never come around twice for me. And I think that's why I'm so emotional, because I'm having a hard time accepting just being alone. And it's like I'm only getting older and the things I want are just running far, far, far from me. And would you believe me if I said I would give up all the money I got, all the followers I got, all the social media shit just to have true love? I honestly would. I'll go back to making $10, $12, $15 an hour if I could just be happy with somebody. And I think for so long, money was everything.
It's just making me feel some emotions for her, not in a bad way, but then yeah.
What is the worst thing an ex has done to you?
Empathy.
Nothing, honestly. My ex has actually been really good to me.
What's the worst thing you did to an ex?
I cheated.
Sensational.
Because he accused me of cheating, so I decided I was actually gonna go do it.
Who did you cheat with?
A lot of people.
How many people?
Maybe 4 or 5.
Jesus Christ.
Found out. I was slick with it. I was
And you're happy that you're asleep with it.
If Jesus can't save these, why are you trying?
Yeah.
The very first memory I have of my life was sexual assault. Like, it was a frequent thing if I was in the shower. It was almost like that was one of the highest spots for things to happen with my dad. So
Your dad?
I wouldn't take showers or anything because if I did, I would hallucinate. I'd hear
Why?
people calling my name, like, and people don't realize that about it. Like, they just get overlooked and they get put on antipsychotics because of that. Just recently, where I live now with my roommate, I finally felt safe enough to really take a shower because, like, your brain is reliving that memory so heavy that you're able to visibly see it. So it's like he's moving the exact same way he did the day that he did it, type thing, but in my physical
Why don't
state,
you
like,
sue
your
him,
brain
man?
is just living through that memory
Sue
so
that
heavy,
man.
and it causes the auditory and the visual hallucinations to follow. Like, anytime I hang out with BPD people, they all do the same thing. We'll all, like, look over our shoulder the whole time because we swear we heard someone say our name or we see someone and we're looking back.
probably
like,
forgive
it's
him.
Constant defense mode.
Move on, find a different alternative. I don't know.
PTSD.
Which side feels better for you? Just do it.
They all generalize. They're
That's
all
crazy.
caused by the same thing, so, and it genuinely causes like a.
I feel she's traumatized.
Yeah, your brain is doing things to try to protect yourself.
Yeah, right.
It has this internal
Trauma.
model of the world that it's not safe. And the more emotional something is, the more memorable it is. Or you just dissociate entirely because it's too hard for someone to process.
Ashley Grayson once claimed she made $1 million in only 60 minutes. Well, now she's headed to prison for 10 years.
It doesn't get more glamorous than this. Ashley Grayson's wedding proposal on a yacht with a personal serenade by R&B star Monica. On her Facebook page, Grayson showed off her new mansion in North Carolina and showed generosity in Memphis. I was there. She gave a free house away to a family.
Oh, really?
But behind the fame and fortune was fury. The Department of Justice says she flew a Memphis woman to Dallas to discuss a business opportunity. The job, murder for hire. She offered $20,000 for each victim, for the woman to kill Grayson's former boyfriend and a Texas woman who made negative social media posts about Grayson.
Put my address off for over 100,000 people to see.
Grayson posted this conversation to her Facebook page,
Really?
claiming the murder for hire was all a joke. But federal records show it got more serious. A $5,000 bonus if she killed the South Haven woman within a week. The woman told investigators she even captured video of flashing police lights from another random Memphis crime and sent it to Grayson, claiming she attempted to kill the victim and demanded $10,000. Grayson's husband Joshua was acquitted of all charges. 10 years or 120 months in prison was the maximum sentence allowed for her charges.
Because, man, this is crazy. This is crazy. Man, it's not everybody that you see around is normal, right? So what we have to do is you also have to, find ways to protect ourselves spiritually, physically, mentally, psychologically, financially, right? In all ways, we are supposed to find ways to also protect ourselves, right? You can learn martial arts, you can, learn how to, shoot too as well. You can learn about the law. Like, there's a whole lot of things that we can do to also protect ourselves. But the most important protection comes from God, like through prayers, through, meditation, through, the word of God, because we are just mortals, right? We can do so little. But then, yeah, we trusting in God and putting our faith in God is going to do much more than we can, right? I feel this is an intervention of God on the other woman's part, the one who was contracted to be killed, right? So yeah, we've come to the end of the video, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and also share with your friends, and also click on the notification bell icon so that any video that I post, you will be the first to get it. Adios amigos, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye.